Hello YouTube, this is 1980s Gamer, and for my first computer video, I thought I'd do a video on this little eMachines computer right here. So, oops. So this is an eMachines eTower 500iX, if that wasn't so blurry. And, well, you know, we all know eMachines as being a very cheap brand, and well, they certainly were, so here's a little bit of information on them. They were formed by a company called Trigem, a South Korean company called Trigem, in 1998. And, trying to think of something else to say. Yeah, so, you know, they just had these really, really cheap computers. You know, they were sold in, various, various stores back then. Like, you could walk into Walmart and buy one of these, Circuit City, Future Shop, you know, all that. So, anyway, so here's the specs. So, now, the reason why it says eTower 500iX, the 500 part denotes the CPU speed. So, a 500 megahertz Intel Celeron is the main CPU in this thing. So, we have 64 megabytes of RAM. We have a 10 gig hard drive, a 40 speed CD-ROM drive. Yeah, I'm sorry, this thing's so blurry. 3D AGP graphics with 4 megabytes of video memory, which is probably 4 megabytes of video from the main RAM, seeing as I don't know. Actually, this thing might have some video RAM. And just like any 90s computer, a 56K fax modem. So, anyway, just another sort of look. There's your CD-ROM drive. Now, yeah, you're probably noticing this. This computer is never obsolete. Now, what they mean by that is, so basically, this computer is never obsolete. Now, you can't read that, I know that, and that says when you join eMachines network. And then over here, again, you can't read that, but I will read it. So, fast, reliable internet service powered by MCI UUNet. MCI UUNet, I'm not very familiar with them. The world's richest internet content provided by Netscape. Now, that's a fairly old internet browser. I don't think it's in development anymore. Surf, email, invest, shop, chat, travel, and more. Now, here's one of the reasons why it says that. Plus, upgrade your PC to the fastest model on the market every 2 years for only $99, which that was a pretty good thing back then. And remember, eMachines sold these computers for, well, some of them not even $500, I don't think. You could pick up an eMachines, I believe it was an eMachines eTower 366C, and you could buy it for, I believe, $399.99, and it didn't have a monitor with it, but still, $399.99 for a desktop computer back in the 90s, that was dirt cheap. So, anyway, AOL 5.0, of course. There's your Celeron, designed for Windows 98. Floppy drive, typical stuff. Oh, and also, yeah, eMachines Network, so unlimited internet access per month for $19.99. Or, sorry, $19.95, I misread that. So, if you flip down this, yeah, USB and game ports. So, yeah, now, on this motherboard itself, the motherboard itself on the back, it only has one USB port. And then, right over there is a game port. So, yeah. Oh, and actually, I also don't think the thing has... No, it doesn't. So, basically, they've taken two things from the motherboard and just located them on the front. Kind of interesting. Okay, let's take a look at the back of this thing. So, okay, let's see what we got on the back here. We have our power supply, which is only 120 watt, by the way. So yeah, here's your Here's your model number sticker. And if you look right there where my finger is, that says, yeah, manufactured by Trigem, which again was a South Korean company that formed eMachines in 1998. Now, so we have a PS2 keyboard and mouse. Now, yeah, you can see this right. Well, basically, this was before the color coding was invented, so different manufacturers just sort of invented their own color coding. Okay, so anyway, yeah, PS2 mouse keyboard, the one USB port, which I believe this thing is just, USB 1.0. Serial port, your onboard VGA. Yeah, this thing, of course, has onboard graphics because of this. If this thing, had an AGP slot in it, then yeah, the cost of it would have risen significantly. So there's your, what's the name of that? Oh, yeah, sure, your parallel port. And here's your, sound connections. So the top one is your, well, it says headphone, but, well, no, really, headphones, or speakers. The one on the bottom is, line in, so you could take a, you could, plug something. In fact, yeah, it even mentions in the manual, you could plug in an external source, and you could record, WAV files, which is pretty cool. Obviously, you couldn't just do that with this computer, you can do it with some more, but anyway, so, and yeah, that one is your microphone input. And down there is the ubiquitous, modem, which, yeah, I believe was made by, Connexent. So anyway, oh yeah, a little bit more information there. So, if we look inside, so, yeah, flipping this over, here's the inside of it. So there's the power supply right there. It was manufactured by Ilsan, or, I think that's how you pronounce it, and yeah, made in Korea. And, yeah, you can't read that right there, but yeah, this is a 120 watt power supply. That's it. So, again, you can tell, these things are definitely not, they're pretty cheap. I mean, a 120 watt power supply, that's very, very little. Now, the thing with these is, a lot of the parts in them were actually made by Samsung. Now, I'm mentioning that as something interesting, and I'll get onto that in a second. So, right there where those two screws are is the Cd-Rom drive. That was manufactured by Samsung. The floppy drive, if I'm looking in, because I can't remember. Oh, no! The floppy drive was actually manufactured by Trigem. And yeah, some of the parts in this were manufactured by Trigem. Now, if we look at this hard drive, this is the original hard drive to the thing, by the way, and yes, it is a 10 gig drive. And yes, it's mounted upside down. Actually, I'm going to flip that so you can see it. Yeah, you can see Trigem. Now, the thing is, I have seen Samsung hard drives that have this exact design, and as a matter of fact, I think this is basically a Samsung hard drive, just with the Trigem logo on it. I don't know if I don't know what the story is, but no, I believe that's a Samsung hard drive with the Trigem logo on it. So anyway, underneath there is your CPU, of course. There's your north bridge, south bridge is right over there. The crystal audio right there, that's your onboard audio, and an ATI 3D Rage Pro Turbo AGP, of course. And yes, I do believe right there, those Samsung chips are video RAM. Okay, so, and yeah, right there is your 64 megs of RAM. Is there anything? Oh, and of course, yeah, there's your modem. And yeah, this thing has 2 PCI slots and 2 ISA slots. And yeah, according to the production date on this hard drive, it was manufactured, I believe, the second week of 2000. So this thing, yeah, was probably sold right around the turn of the century. Trying to think if there's anything else to say. I can't really think of anything else. Let's see, actually, yeah, let me think about this. I don't know. I don't think there is anything else more to say about it. I mean, really, it's just sort of a, just your low-end 90s PC, and, again, these things were sold for less than $500. Yeah, so, alright, I think that's it for part 1. Check out part 2. I'm going to turn this thing on, and I'll show you some of the software on it. Alright, see ya.